Hello. My name is Cess Ngugi.
And I'm Victoria Bahati.
Welcome to
The Other Life.
Here we explore life's journey through the lens of faith.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for the love, for the shares, for the subscriptions.
Yes.
We can feel it. We can actually feel it. Thank you for the love.
Yeah.
We are on the road to
thousands
of subscribers.
Yeah. Please subscribe, like, comment, and welcome back to episode 3. Oh, this is so exciting to have you with us.
Yeah, and today our topic is quite interesting because it's never that serious. Because nothing is ever serious. So it's never that serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've been talking about how we talked about faith over feelings. We talked about how we are never ready
for anything.
Yeah. So it's been like more or less talking about how we the state we are at before we take the next step, the next big step.
Yeah.
Because I think life is all about the next
what's the next big step?
When you're born, the next big step is maybe to walk or to talk.
Not to sit, then walk.
Yeah.
No, then crawl, then walk. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's going to I don't know what they're called nowadays. They changed. But for us, we used to say baby class.
It's called playgroup.
No,
playgroup, my friend.
We had
playgroup.
Baby class.
Yeah. Then kindergarten
1.
2.
We had nursery. Ours was just pure nursery, KG1,
KG2.
KG2.
KG2, yeah.
Yeah, so those are the next. Then there's upper primary, there's lower primary. Now there's senior. Is it junior high?
I think there's primary, then junior high school, then senior high school, then uni.
So you see those are big steps. So life is about taking the next big step. Yeah. And today it's never that serious. That's what we are talking about. What do you think about that? When you are maybe getting married or taking your next big steps?
Let's start from primary school.
Yeah.
Not even marriage. I remember, do you remember class 8 first term? We used to choose the schools we want to go to.
Yeah.
And there was a national school.
I think I only remember Alliance. I only picked which other school did I pick? Did I pick State House Girls? I think another one was Pangani. Did I pick anyways?
I only remember of Alliance, Tarehe, and then which other school? Bishop Gati, Mugandu Girls. Those are the ones I remember.
Yeah, those ones.
And I think there was State House Girls as well. Those are the ones I can remember. And that was quite something. And I remember when my results came, they used to come immediately after Christmas.
Thankfully.
Yeah, after Makulo Meshiba.
Otherwise you will not eat.
I know. The results are here. And I remember getting the marks I got. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I have missed my...
It's like your dream
has been shut. Now here I am with my marks. Not able to get to the national school that I wanted to.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, now this might be the end of life. You know how being just from high school, from primary, you're like, man, if I'm not going to Alliance, I'm not going to Sarehe.
You have failed.
You have failed. And I remember having that conversation with my dad and he's like, do you know that's not the end of life?
Yeah.
Because whoever is going to Starehe, whoever going to Bush, whoever is going to the local school outside the gate, you're all going to start from the same level.
Yeah.
Biology still, the first topic is still what is biology. Chemistry, same thing. And it was like, you just need to lift yourself up, go to the school that you're gonna go to. Of course, I went to a good school. I went to a provincial high school. So it was quite a good school.
Because high school also, when you're also clearing high school, you're like, I need to get... For us, I think it was B... What was that?
It was a B.
B plane to get to university.
Yes.
Yeah, B plane. So you want to get a B plane so that you can go to the university of your choice, so that you can be called with JAB. It was JAB.
Yeah, during our time it was JAB.
JAB, yeah. So you don't want to be a self-sponsored student. You want to be called by the government to a very good school. And then there you go. You get, like, I remember the marks I got. I wanted to be a lawyer as well. Then the marks I got, so my Guka sat me down and told me, I know you want to be a lawyer, but this is how you'll get to be a lawyer. With the marks that you've gotten, you're going to start with a diploma. And then you do the degree and then KSL. I'm like, how many years are those again? And then he provided an option for me for applied communication, which is public relations. He told me for this one, it's a marketable course. It's what nowadays people are doing, and you can do so much with this course. So now you choose, do you want to go through this or this?
7 years like a doctor,
or this? And I was like, all those years in school. I was like, no. I opted for applied communication, and to be honest, I actually don't think I regret. I don't wish that I did law, if I'm being honest. I think it was just God. He knew if you do law, you'll probably will not be born again by now.
I know.
I'll be, because even wanted to be a politician.
Hey, madam.
So I would not be here if I did law. I would not be here. Wow. I would not. So you see, I still right now I'm actually practicing what I did in school.
And you enjoy it.
And
actually.
I enjoy it. It
aligns.
It aligns to everything God wants me to do, who He has called me to become. So imagine I would have just died and wallowed in my sorrow. I'll be there. Oh my God, why didn't I get the grades? Lord, you knew. See. So it's never that serious.
It's never that serious. Because I remember for me, when I got to high school, I was like, I didn't go to the high school I wanted to. So now, what's next? I knew I was a very bright student. Everyone around me knew I was one of the brightest students. But I ended up being a very bad joker.
In high school.
Maybe every sport, I was playing every sport. Anytime there's music festival, anytime the bus is leaving the gate. Trust
You're
me,
among those people.
Victoria has to be in that bus, seated at the last, the last seat. So and eventually I didn't make it to do law. So I was like, you know what, I have to prove to myself that I can do law. I went back to school, like repeated now. And you know what, I still so the first time I had a B in English and a C, I think a C in Swahili. Do you know what happened after I repeated? It went the other way around. Kiswahili B+, and then English B-. And you know what? That's the year they decide how are they gonna take lawyers. Anyone, need to have a B in both English and Swahili. And I was like, you know what? It's not a must. I was heartbroken.
I'm done with this now.
But I was like, it's okay. I went for my second choice. Thank God. That's the second thing my second choice is what I ended up doing. And it got interesting. And I loved it. To be honest, I loved it. It's something that I really enjoyed. Well, I'm yet to practice it. But am I not leaving?
That's a thing in Kenya. You do a course and a handful actually practice what they studied in campus.
And funny thing, 8 years later, I still renew my license every year. It's something I don't mind practicing it. It's just that I've not been serious about it.
And the opportunity has not presented itself. I'm so sure when an opportunity presents itself, you'll be able to
jump
do it.
In.
So it's never that serious. Because imagine if you hadn't repeated, maybe you would still have ended up.
I would still be here, maybe. Just maybe. So for the young people, you young guy who thinks like education is the end of life, imagine it's not. Life is beyond education. You can pick yourself up and move on. And it's everything, because that's cool. So we have tackled primary, high school, campus, same thing.
And then when you're done with campus, the other next thing is a job. Let's talk about finding a job
in Kenya.
Wow. And then everyone wants 5 years experience.
Where you getting 5 years? At 23.
Where will you get that 5 years of experience? Like for me, luckily, this is not even luck, it's by the grace of God. After I cleared campus, I got a job 1 week later.
But they remember that.
I did not tarmac 1 week later. But now when
blessed are you among all women.
That was a blessing. I did not tarmac. One week
later.
I can even remember I was called on a Friday. Even I don't even think 1 week was over, because I traveled home. I think I cleared the previous week about home, I think on Thursday. Then I traveled home, I think on Friday or Saturday. So I've just stayed home for it was barely a week. Then I'm called and I'm told, there's a job.
There's a job for
we
you.
were waiting for you to clear
finish
school, then you can
Hey.
come back. I got a job. But then after that, hey, after that job, here I am, guys.
Yeah.
It ended up starting business.
I
Yeah.
know. And business is also another
Another
jargon. Hey,
Another journey.
my lord, I wonder.
Yeah, but I think if you're really set on your ways, I think when you're working with God, you really have to be malleable, flowing, and like really flowing. Because if you set yourself to do things in a particular way,
Aye, you're
it
gonna
can't
get frustrated.
work. It can't work.
Yeah, because like I remember, for me it was either you win or you win.
Yeah,
Anyone,
of us,
everyone
we
knew.
knew.
It's either Victoria is going to work for the UN or the UN. I applied and applied. I have never forgotten 158 applications.
Oh my.
That's
158.
158. I've never forgotten. For years
That's
and years and then I was
crazy.
like, you know what? Sio lazima. It's not a must.
Yeah.
But yeah. I, actually, thinking about it now, I don't think it's something I would practice. I'm not the kind of person you'll put in an office for 8 to 5 job. That's not me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
It all worked out for good.
for my good,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, now I'm fulfilling my purpose more. Yeah.
And God sees all that. I wish we can
Imagine.
just trust him. God sees all that. Even for me right now, I can't say that I wish I would. Because
Go back
then,
to the office, yeah.
immediately my contract ended. After that is when I lost my grandfather. So I was okay with it because I was like, it's okay because there was so many things happening. But after like about 3 months is when I realized, wait, I have no job. Oh my god, I'm jobless.
The savings have started depleting.
Now I think it was bad. It was bad because it took me like several months to actually accept the fact that I don't have a job and I must think about something. One thing our pastor tells us is that yes, you have that passion, you have that dream, but you need to look at what do I have
What
right
can
now,
feed you?
what
Yeah.
can feed me right
Yeah.
now. What can feed me is exactly what I'm gonna do as I believe God
for that job.
that job or that dream, that passion that I have. So for me, it took me a long while to surrender to God and just let him just do his thing. It took me a while because I'm like, Lord. And then you see, as a Christian, there's what we do. Because I'm a Christian and I serve God.
There's that expectation that
so
because
I'm
I am
like,
serving.
the sacrifices I've made, dear God.
Can't you see?
Haven't you seen all those sacrifices? And then the thing is, the people around you will come to you. Oh my God, I got a job.
I remember that season because we were in the same season with you.
I'm like,
wow.
which these jobs you're getting, please let me know, where are you getting these
I
jobs
know.
from? There's a book I'm reading by Pastor M. It's called The Genius of
Dinners
Surrender.
Oh, wonderful
It's
book.
an amazing book.
Ooh.
It's an amazing book. And he says in the book that even salvation, the reason why Jesus came to this world is because of rebellion.
Yeah.
He was coming here to deal with
Our rebellion, yeah.
And when it says deal with a rebellion, it means what did Adam and Eve do? What Adam and Eve did is that they wanted the whole authority to themselves.
Yeah.
Like what God told them, is exactly opposite
of what they did.
Why? Because they wanted to take charge. There's always that inner desire in us to want to take charge of our lives and to take control of our lives. So when Jesus was coming to help us relinquish our authority or leadership to God and let God be the one who takes charge and takes control.
Wow.
So when you look at your life, you realize that's true. Because, for example, like your dream for UN, like it's not something that you're sure God wanted you to do. It's not. But it's you. It's you who is that. Like it's us who are like that. Like you really want to take charge and take control because you feel like, I mean, see, this is my life. Yeah, you say you've surrendered your life to Christ, but that's when you think about it, you realize if it's a job that you want.
I want.
You don't even take time to ask God, by the way, God, what do you want for me?
I'm just thinking about the money,
the
traveling,
the prestige, the good house, the relationship you're supposed to get into. Even some of us, we got, like for me, I know for sure, I would have just let the person I was in a relationship with be my friend. I don't know what led me to have a relationship with them.
Does the pressure increase or decrease?
Creases. We don't say if it increases. We don't know if it's increasing
You're getting personal
or decreasing. But the fact remains that if I asked God what his will was concerning that, it would have been different.
Yeah.
It would have been different. But we don't surrender.
I tell you. And and one of the reasons why we actually get into relationships is because we want our own gratification.
Exactly.
At the expense of
everything, literally. Yeah. So we're reading that book. I'm just seeing myself like, I'm just thinking, I'm like, oh Lord, I need to surrender this.
I know.
And then when you're born again, maybe you feel or you think I've surrendered. I mean, I've given my life to Christ.
What
that
else do you need?
And then you realize, there's comfort.
Yeah.
There's comfort, because I was thinking the way I love sleep. Oh my God, I love sleep. So when I was asking God, hey, this book is very targeted. You are aiming at me. Okay, now they reveal to me what is it. Have I not surrendered to you, so that I can know. And one thing I was like, hey, comfort, because sleep and then anything that makes me uncomfortable, I'm like,
not,
no.
this is not my thing.
As long as I'm doing what I need to do, I don't have to go. And you see, comfort is everything. Even in a relationship setup, there is what you know you need to do in that relationship. Even if you're hurt, there is what you know you need to forgive. For example, it's not comfortable to forgive.
It's not.
You know you've been wronged. Yes, you know you're supposed to love this person, whether they're lovable or not. But what is the first thing? It's the comfortable thing for me to do.
You hurt me.
Yeah. You
need to understand that you hurt me.
Exactly. But I think when you surrender to God and let him take leadership, let him lead you in every single thing, then you'll realize, anyway, it's never that serious. It becomes too serious because you're the one taking the wheel.
Charge, yeah. So allow Jesus to take the wheel. Yeah. In that book, it reminds me, I had an experience with that book. Beginning of the year, I was reading it, and it was like my second time to read it. It's called The Genius of Surrender, guys, by Pastor M. And I think in chapter 2 of chapter 3, he talks about the kind of things you need to surrender. All that I am, all that I have, and all that I hope to be. That time I prayed to God and I'm like, I really need to understand what I need to surrender. All that I am.
That prayer.
Hey, let me tell you. You know, there are prayers that God answers, and there are prayers that God answers swiftly. Yeah. That was one of them. And in that chapter, he says you need to write all what you need to surrender at all that I am. Is it your strengths? Is it prestige? Let me tell you. I remember I wrote everything. And by the time I was leaving my prayer room, I felt so poor. And afterwards, by the time I was coming to the office, I wondered, by the way, what is that I've been holding on to? My strengths, what I can do. Me being the wonderful mom that I want to be, the wonderful wife that I want to be. What is that? Yeah. If I surrender everything to Jesus, God, life becomes so easy. It becomes
easier. But then that book is a good.
It's amazing.
It's amazing because those next big steps need you to be at a point of surrender to God. Yeah. So that you can be at a place where you can know what he's telling you to do. You can know when he's leading you to this side or this side. It's not about you.
It's about him.
Yeah. And then he's the Bible says that he's the we are the clay and he's the potter. So you can imagine you creating something and then the thing getting back to you and telling you how it's supposed to be used. It's like these mics that are here. This is a creation. So you can imagine these mics getting back to us right now or speaking back to us and telling us, no, this is not how you're supposed to put me. Please, I need you to take me lower.
Yeah.
Or use me and I'm the one who is using. It's not the other way around. It's not the mic using me.
You. Yeah.
It is me using the mic. So the mic telling me, no, go lower. Please take me lower.
Take me lower. Yeah. Use me the way I want to be used.
Yeah. Or a pot. You've gone to a clay shop, or you've gone to maybe
a pottery,
and then you get a pot, and then you bring it home. You want to put githeri, and I mean, what is the pot for? So who knows? The owner. The owner is the one who knows. So if you know you're at a place where you know God is actually your creator, what should matter is what he created you for not what you want.
I think it's the same thing our pastor tells us. Most of the times we speak to the Bible. we do not allow the Bible to speak to us.
Yeah.
But the word has been written for us.
Yeah.
Not us, for the word.
Yeah.
But we want to read the Bible. Vengeance is mine, says the Lord. And what do you say? Vengeance is mine, says the Lord.
Hey.
So stop speaking to the Bible. Let the Bible speak to you.
Yes. Yeah. And even giving your life to Christ is a matter of understanding that it is him who created you. And the Bible is very clear that there is no life outside Christ.
Outside Christ, yeah.
So even if you try to have a life outside Christ,
there's nothing.
It does not make sense.
Yeah, because the Bible says in him we move, live, and have our being.
Yeah.
So there's nothing outside.
Outside Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, as you've seen, as you've heard us say, it's never that serious.
It's never that serious.
But that means that if you don't want it to be that serious, you have to surrender to God and let him take the wheel. So tell us, what are those things that you feel like, hey, this one is huge? How do I go about this? We'd like to interact with you in our comment section.
Oh, yes.
So like, subscribe, and comment.
All right. Bye. See you on the next one.
Bye-bye. See you.